Welcome to the channel. We're Forever Fangirls, and today we're talking about Wynonna Earp Vengeance. The 90-minute special drops this Friday the 13th on Tubi.
Now, did it deliver enough for Earpers and newbies alike? Well, you know what? We've seen the special, so let's discuss it. Spoiler-free, we promise.
We ride at dawn!
Really?
Yes.
I shall be there.
Well, dawn-ish.
So, before we mount anything,
Oh my God.
please be sure to like and subscribe our channel to be notified of new videos.
For those of you who haven't seen Wynonna Earp or need a quick refresher, let's get the rundown. At 27 years old, Wynonna Earp became the Earp heir, and on her way home to Purgatory in the Ghost River Triangle, her bus got a flat tire. Demonic sounds filled the air, and Wynonna got off the bus to save a fellow passenger. Please never get off the bus. She comes face to face with a revenant, which is a demon created by Wyatt Earp's weapon Peacemaker. Thus begins the classic saga of a heroine with hair for days against various demons hell-bent on breaking free. 4 seasons later, the series ended, leaving viewers with their happily ever afters and the Ghost River Triangle in a state of peace and happiness. Well, vengeance picks up 18 months later, when Purgatory's idyllic existence is shattered by a new evil threat that pulls Wynonna and Doc back to the devil's den.
So, when I first saw the trailer, I was both nervous and excited. Excited because we got to see more Earp. Nervous because we got a very rare happily ever after. How is vengeance going to affect that?
You know, if I'm actually being honest, it brought me back to season 4's Holy War Part 1, where Jeremy grabs the camera and he looks right into your soul and says, I know how this looks, but I'm asking you to trust us.
And in Emily we trust.
That we do.
What now, Earp?
Well, now that we've seen it, we can't discuss Wynonna Earp without first saying the cast continues to bring their A-game to every scene.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many moments when they're not even saying anything and they're just bringing so much to the screen. And in video game terms, it kind of felt like the characters leveled up and the cast was really up to the challenge.
Yeah, and the script was filled with the same humor and character growth that Earpers are used to seeing. Yet the cast and the story lay enough groundwork for new viewers to join the ride.
I would say the end result, the cast pulls no punches. And frankly, neither does Emily Andress with the script.
Yeah. And neither do the visuals because the film was shot beautifully. I'm specifically thinking about a scene where the camera's just focusing on Doc's eyes. And now, we all know Tim Rozon has beautiful baby blues. And in this role, he definitely knows how to use it to maximum effect. He could emote such feelings without even saying a word. And he continues to do that.
Most definitely. But another aspect that is just as stunning, sort of, is Purgatory in winter. You know, with the wide landscape exteriors kind of pulls you in like you're on location with the characters. Even that the visible breath on screen adds layers to the tension going on around them.
Well, there were shots that steamed up the room.
Moving right along, Purgatory in winter is like a character in and of itself. We remember season 4's second half was shot in spring due to the pandemic, and while we love how the series concluded, the icy, snow-covered environment always added to the feeling of isolation and helplessness.
And that clean slate look of freshly fallen snow feels like a metaphor for the film. It's familiar yet different, dark, and more dangerous as the stakes feel higher.
And the characters are in different places than when we last saw them. In interviews, Emily mentioned meeting the cast where they are now in life because time moves on. In our interview with Tim and Melanie, Tim asked, quote, what comes after happily ever after? Who pushes the motorcycle when it's out of gas? Me. The film doesn't shy away from discussing these changes and how it affects everyone.
How bad was it?
So what did we think of Vengeance? It's an excellent addition to the Wynonna Earp universe. While it can stand on its own, it also has the elements that endear the show to those who have seen it from the start. It also adds to the lore that longtime fans will definitely want to see more of.
You know, I keep going back to something Nicole said in the trailer, and I completely agree with it. This doesn't feel like a reunion. It is more like a reboot, as if Vengeance has drawn a line in the snow between the present-day version of the characters and their past selves in the TV series. They've grown and can reflect on the past briefly, but they can't stay there forever.
Yes, definitely. It seemed like the biggest overarching theme is that change is inevitable, which means that they have to navigate this new normal, whether it brings joy or heartbreak. That means Vengeance feels more like a beginning of a whole new adventure than a one and done.
Yeah.
If you have an emergency, quack it.
In our interview with Melanie and Tim, we asked them what emojis they would use to describe Wynonna Earp Vengeance. And Tim had mentioned a kangaroo. And to be honest, we weren't sure what he meant at the time. And we still don't.
Yeah, maybe he meant purgatory as a kangaroo court of sorts.
Oh my God.
I don't know. We need to watch it again to see what the reference is. And when it drops, please be sure to watch it on Tubi as many times as you can.
And then let us know if you know the kangaroo reference. But for us, we also said the 3 emojis we'd choose after we saw the trailer were the poop emoji, the mind blown emoji, and the fire emoji.
And after seeing Wynonna Earp Vengeance, we're sticking with the fire and the poop emoji.
But we're changing the third one because if there's an emergency, quack it. Ooh, my duck is backwards. If there's an emergency, quack it.
So what emojis would you choose? Let us know in the comments below.
After it drops, we are going to be covering the special on our podcast where we are going to be doing a much deeper dive, which will contain massive spoilers.
And until then, September 13th on Tubi. Make sure you have the captions on. See you next time.